Past lives. Goodness me, there are believers and there are non-believers. Hindu faith believes it in very much. Atheists don't believe it at all. Agnostics, well, they're never too sure. Christians, I don't believe they feel we have past lives. Catholics don't believe that. And so spiritualist people, we do, along with Buddha. And Buddha, the Hindus and spiritual people, we all believe we've had past lives. And do you know what? There's a book this gentleman wrote. He was a states doctor and he had over 1,000 cases. He went in search of people who knew what their past lives were, who could tell where their old house was, even pick out their stuff that they knew was their stuff, and yet they were born of another family. And so, because of this, are there that many thousands of millions of people that believe in past lives? Are we all wrong? No, I don't believe we are. A way we can find out about past lives is by going into a meditation. It's in the book. You go up a path. You go through some pillars into a beautiful door. You choose to go left, walk into the door, and see what your life was before then. It will be filled with all sorts of interesting artifacts to do with that profession, to do with what you've done with your other lives. And so it can be really telltale. When you go into the meditation, ask your angels, your guides, your masters, your teachers, your loved ones to show you your past lives and how it might help you. Past lives can help us to go towards the professions that we want to. Past lives can help us wonder why we have an affinity towards art. Maybe we were a Picasso, maybe we were a Miro, maybe we were some of the other artistic greats. And so often there are themes in people's lives, and we keep coming back and continue those themes. Past lives are here to teach us more lessons. We have soul families, and those families often keep gravitating. And they exchange. I could have been married to my brother in different lives. I could have been married to my son in different lives. And he could have been the mother and I could have been the father. Our souls are, I guess, if you like, gender diverse. They don't care which meat suit they sit in. It doesn't matter. It's just us as humans put attachment to that. Souls are just souls, balls of energy moving between lives with what we learn. I know when I went to Stonehenge, as with my children, when we got to Stonehenge, all we could feel was this beautiful rush from my soul as though I was now at home. I felt so at home. All I wanted to do was go up to the rocks, stones, and crawl and sleep and never wake up. For me, I felt I was home. I know I'm on my last life. I have done many, many, many. I was around when the Druids started, 5,000 years before Christ. I've been around for many, many times. And people who are old souls have been through many, many different traumas, many different lives, many different capacities of different aspects of different lives. And we build on each and every one. Our past lives are built on the experiences that our soul had in the other meat suit, or in the other meat suit, and in the other meat suit. It doesn't matter whether we're gender diverse, male, female, whoever we are. It matters about what our soul learns in this lifetime. How does it feel to be a child in a Western country? How does it feel to be a child in an Eastern country? These are all different cultures. These are all different ways of being. And our souls come back and they experience it time and time again. And sometimes we need to repeat the lessons. And they're hard lessons. And clearly some of us just don't keep learning. So often we come back into a past life, or we have the same experiences again because we haven't learned from it. Because we haven't changed or had a choice and do it differently. Isn't that the thing of insanity? Isn't that what insanity means? Doing the same thing, expecting a different result? Yeah. So with past lives, we keep on going until we actually figure out how jealousy does not serve us, how hatred does not serve us, how it's better to live with love, how it's better to live with kindness, and the world is much easier. And so past lives, if you want to know what your past lives are, go into a meditation, ask the spirits, the guides and the loved ones to tell you, or to which room you want to go in. Maybe it could be you worked in a hospital and you see a lot of patients. Maybe you could have been an architect and you've seen lots of buildings. Maybe you were an astrologist and you saw lots of stars. So have a think about that when you go into those different rooms to see what kind of lives you really did. And how other people gravitate towards you. Maybe you've had a past life together with them. Maybe you instantly repelled each other. Maybe you were an enemy. Things to think about. So write down in your diary people you've suddenly met and really got on really well, and you were just inseparable, and then you passed. Or other people who were completely repulsed by each other. How did that eventuate? So those kind of things we want you to write down and have a notice. Where you feel you have been. What you feel attracted to. Are you attracted to knitting? Are you attracted to steam trains? Where do you follow your love and your passion? And that is probably from a past life. Have a think about it, see how you go, and see what different lives you could find where you've been.